Welcome back. Let's get chatting with the management of Maharashtra Seamless. As promised, we have the company, which reported a good set in a rather challenging environment. Remember, it was the lockdown, so we saw a decline of close to 34% on their revenues, and the net profits as well declined by just about 41%. We have the MD of the company, Saket Jindal, joining us on the phone line to detail those numbers and, more importantly, give us the outlook for the future. Thanks a lot, Saket, for joining in. A 34% overall decline in your revenues this time around, but if you could break that up in terms of volumes, what was the volume decline that we saw in seamless pipes as well as ERW sales? And more importantly, what's the outlook for the remainder of this year?
Hi, good morning. We have seen some decline in our production because of COVID slowdown. But at the same time, it is not that on the flip side, it is still showing encouraging results, and we have produced seamless pipe in the quarter around 14,000 tons, which was in the last year 13,000 tons. So sorry, I'm talking about the EBITDA. EBITDA has come, the margins are 14,000 rupees a ton compared to 13,000 last year, and the production also is 47,000 tons compared to 63,000 tons. So there is a dip in production volume, but we are maintaining the margins. And in ERW also, there is a slight dip, 10% dip in production, but the margins are more. Means from last year it was 8,000 rupees a ton. This year it is 13,000 rupees a ton. So that is the figures.
Okay, all right. Let's get a couple of more details going then, Mr. Jindal. If you could tell us what is the targeted sales volumes you have for both these two segments. That's the seamless pipe as well as the ERW for the coming year. That's FY21.
So the sales volume, I would say, in seamless, we already produced 50,000 tons in the quarter. So more than 2 lakh tons would be reasonable. And in ERW, 15,000 tons we have produced, so around, you can say 60,000 tons plus.
All right, 60,000 tons in ERW and 200,000 tons, over 2 lakh tons in the seamless business. Then, if you could give us some details about your order book, what exactly does your order book stand at for both your vertical seamless and ERW? How much of it comes from ONGC, the oil and gas space?
So ONGC, we had won a tender in the past and we are still producing. And remaining market also, boiler sector and dealer, we are booking orders. Export is a little slow because of certain investigations in Canada, and the US market is a duty, so it's difficult to export to US.
Numbers, Mr. Jindal, if you could give us some numbers. What is your order book? How much of it is in seamless, ERW? How much of it is exports?
I would say in seamless, we have around 2 months of order booking.
Okay.
And in ERW, also around 1.5 months or so. So that is the order booking, and exports used to contribute 25-30% of the total sales, but currently it is less than 10%.
Oh, okay, all right. And if you could give us a sense then in terms of how much of the contribution comes in for ONGC, that as well it should be 40-50%, right?
ONGC was also 30-40%, and it is maintaining at a good level.
Okay, all right.
There are fresh requirements coming from ONGC in the near future. So
okay.
We expect good results from the oil sector in domestic.
Okay, all right. A couple of questions then, Mr. Jindal. Raw material costs as well have gone up. I'm guessing you would be buying billets. You could correct me on that one. But raw material costs are going up. And also I want to ask you, are you giving any discounts? If that's the case, then these EBITDA numbers that you're giving to us will not be sustainable, right?
Yeah, but the discount is after increase in prices.
Okay.
The raw material prices which have increased, we have also increased the pipe price.
Okay.
So that is giving us, maintaining our margins.
Okay.
So we will maintain our margins.
So
but what has to be seen is the volume of production.
Okay.
It depends on the demand, how much infrastructure, like even the Prime Minister had announced on the Independence Day, I heard in his speech that there will be a strong infrastructure created where there will be a good demand for our product also.
All right. And what about the you have the acquisition of United Seamless. If you could give us some more details on where does that stand right now and what is the update?
For United Seamless, we have refurbished and we are on track to start the trial production.
All the formalities are over, all the court hearings, the NCLT, all that is done. When does it come into your fold?
All the formalities are over.
Okay.
It is in our custody and we are producing. Not producing currently, it's under refurbishment and on track for production.
Okay, so when does it start producing? Commercial commencement starts when, and what kind of a number can it give you in this year in terms of sales volumes? It will be small, but if you could quantify, what is your target?
Yeah, I think we are in August, so if it starts in the next quarter, then we have 2 quarters to go. So in the 2 quarters, I think we have September to December and January to March, 2 quarters.
Correct.
So it all depends because it is possible to produce a good quantity, but the demand currently due to COVID is low down.
So you can't give us a number now, Mr. Jindal? We're trying to get a number. You can't give us a number?
It will be just nominal because
All right. So Mr. Jindal, the next time we talk, maybe you could give us more clarity on that front. But before we wind up, tell us, how is your balance sheet looking? You used to be a net cash company, then you went ahead and made this acquisition. So how do things stand as of now? Do you have some debt in your books? Do you have cash? And also you had lent to one of your group entities. So quantify that amount.
So we had taken a loan of 400 crore plus for this project, United Seamless, and it is standing in our books. And besides that, we have given loans to group company in drilling. And that is reducing because we acquired a rig, and after that acquisition, we are, reducing our exposure.
What's the amount, sir?
Sorry?
What's the amount of loan that you've given to group companies? How much of that has come back?
So we acquired the rig at $100 million. So I would say that is around 700 crore plus. So out of that, 50% we have taken loan, and 50% the group exposure is reducing.
All right. I'm not sure whether we got that or not, but running out of time, Mr. Jindal, hope to get some more clarity on this issue and many more the next time we join you. But the fact that you're looking to do over 200,000 tons in terms of seamless pipes and 60,000 tons in ERW with a strong EBITDA per ton sort of guidance that you're giving, the street will keep that in mind. With that, we submit a short break. But before we do that, do you want to find out in a jiffy how quickly the economy is recovering? Well, is the recovery for real? The Money Control Pro Recovery Tracker is your best answer to these questions. The Pro Tracker's weekly indicators offer insights on whether the recovery is stalling or whether it has picked up momentum. Stay tuned to the MC Pro Recovery Tracker for weekly updates.